sim on Thursday nights with you guys. At least until around about 7 o'clock, which is when the dancing people get home. Although I think Mrs. Osa has some plans to go to Dollar General after dance class and buy some supplies so that the kids can make Valentine's stuff. I don't know, crafts. But just as a treat, because Princess Osa has been clearing the snow and doing some good work, in spite of the fact she's grounded, so she can't play computer games and she can't watch YouTube. But that was the second time she's been caught doing that, and she was caught doing that at previous foster homes. So she needs to learn that a rule is a rule. Especially when she's trying to get people into trouble, contact her family that she's not allowed to have contact with. So, Mrs. Osa came down quite hard on her, but she did respect the fact that, I did something wrong and I should be punished for it. So she accepts her punishment. It's just that she's grounded, and so we need to give her a reward for doing, going above what her chores are, but not. It's not going to be reduced grounding sentence or something like that. It's going to be something different. Plus, we're going to have the other kids over this weekend, but only for Saturday, probably around lunchtime through to Sunday afternoon. Because Mrs. Osa's done her back in, so she really doesn't want to have the kids underfoot for the entire weekend. Which means the small dude is not going to be coming over tomorrow, because also it's no school day because President's Day. I think they're on a half day tomorrow. Well, some schools are on a half day tomorrow and others are closed tomorrow, and then they're all closed on Monday. So that's all going to be a thing. The fish tank should be quieter today. Oops, don't lower that yet. And that's because I did do a water refresh over the weekend. So about 20% of the water was replaced, which does mean it's actually quite clear in there now. I had to buy some more acid neutralizer, which is not an acid neutralizer, it's an acid to neutralize the alkali. And it mixes with alkali and creates carbon dioxide, which I'm sure the plants are loving. We bought a few more plants which are a little bit taller. We got a lot of low level plants because we have Cory catfish in there at the moment, so they're bottom feeders. So we figured giving them plants at the bottom would be enough, but we are looking to expand the population of the aquarium. So I got a couple of taller plants, which have been an absolute nightmare the first few days. They keep breaking loose and floating to the top, so I have to keep replanting a couple of them every day. But it looks like I've got them all now in permanent, so that's good. And then we can go out and get some mid-level and high-level fish that will appreciate the greater altitude of the plants that we now have. And there's also made a noticeable difference on the Cory catfish. The Cory catfish are no longer sort of skulking at the bottom of the tank. They're actually swimming up levels And they don't spend much of their time at the mid or higher level of the tank, but they are definitely exploring altitude for a change. Big Fish is very happy. We've had one of the fish we've had for getting on for 4 to 5 years, I think now, which means he's probably drawing his old age pension, because they live to about 5 years at best. And he started off very sort of, find somewhere to hide at the bottom of the tank and just don't do anything. And so it's kind of a little concerning, but we put the small fish in and he's got quite active in his old age. So good to see that. But yeah, refilling the tank meant I actually put more water in it when I refilled it. I'd left quite a gap at the top on the first filling, because I wanted to buy some rocks and more plants and stuff like that. And so if I'm going to put rocks in a fish tank and the fish tank's full, then you're going to have water all over the floor. So now that we've got all the rocks in there that I'm going to buy, I felt I can fill the tank up and it's not going to be too much. I'm not risking flooding, so it's a little bit quieter now. I did forget to buy some filters this week, so I'm going to have to go back to the fish shop either tomorrow or Saturday. Because the tank's just started, the water's the stuff we put in the bottom to plant the plants in seriously clouded up the water. So I figure it's probably a good idea to change the filters at their shortest recommended change time. So about 2 weeks. I was thinking 1, but looked okay, so I'm going to change them this week. We'll probably go another 2 weeks and change again, and if everything's working out okay, I can then possibly go to a 4-week or 3-week filter change schedule. I went to the fish shop on Wednesday. Was it Wednesday? No, Tuesday. With a big shopping list, and then forgot to get the filters. I did get the acid neutralizer. I did get a few more plants, but the one thing I really wanted, which was the filters, I just completely forgot to ask about. And I'm going to let the cory cat settle in for a couple of weeks, possibly a month, before we start adding more fish to the mix. Because they're all... you don't want to overload the tank with everything, and we're still getting the bacteria levels settled. Great thing about these tractors is they're quite manoeuvrable. I was watching one of the live farmers, and it has been suggested that they could possibly use a 4-wheel drive tractor because of the mud they get at this time of year, and their 2-wheel drive tractors keep getting stuck in it. But that said, their old 2-wheel drive tractors do have a very good turn radius, and so it's much easier for them to manoeuvre about parts of their yard. With the two-wheel drive tractor, it's just when it comes to going out to the fields and feeding the cows, that's when your tractors can get stuck. But the farmer has said it would be nice to have a four-wheel drive tractor, but they're not made of money, and it's sort of a pipe dream. He does want another larger tractor because their son's getting to the age where he can do farm work, and he does help Dad around, but Dad doesn't have enough tractors for son to be able to do stuff as well. So when it comes to doing grass work, he'll go out and mow, and he's only got the one mower, and then a couple of days later, after it's all dried to hay, his wife goes out and rakes the hay, and he follows up with the baler. Well, they got two balers, so if they had a second tractor or a third tractor, then his son could also bale. And this last year gone, his son was riding second seat in the tractor, learning all about how to run the baler. Now, the reason he has two balers is because they're old and they do break, so if one breaks, he's got a backup that he can pull out immediately, as opposed to being down for a day while he fixes the what broke. Well, as you can see, we've only got £460, so we do not have a lot of money, and these are the fields we started with. So this tractor was working the fields last year as well. But the thing is, we're paying here a 9-day season at 5 times speed, and to be honest, the tractor is perfectly adequate for this size field. Now, field 11 is a little bit large, I would suggest, for this size of machinery, but you don't buy bigger machinery just because. I like to be able to justify it. Yes, it would be nice to have a 125 horsepower tractor and some bigger machinery, but I have to buy the tractor first, because this harrow is the limit of what this tractor can pull. So I can't buy a bigger harrow because I won't be able to use it. So I've got to go for a bigger tractor and bigger machinery. And I made the choice of buying field 11 as opposed to buying a bigger tractor. It would be nice to have a bigger tractor, and again, I'm the only farmer here, so it's not like I can use a second tractor at the same time. I could use a worker, but we got £460, so I can't afford to pay one. The reason we have £460 is because we use the money to buy fertiliser. Now, this is the playthrough. I do not mind going out and doing a bunch of contracts to fill out the bank balance. And looking at that money, I think we're okay for now. Well, this plough, or this thing, what I'm hauling, where is it? Wow, we own quite a lot of stuff. Where is it? Oh, there it is. This thing Horsepower requirement 40. Horsepower of tractor 96. So we got double the horsepower requirement of this thing, and I can still barely pull it. And it's not because I don't have the horsepower, it's because I don't have the rubber on the ground. This is a two-wheel drive tractor, and so actually putting that horsepower down is actually a problem. So I'm running effectively what they call wide tyres with wheel weights. They don't look very wide, but that's as wide as they go, just in order to pull this harrow. And as soon as we're done with all the harrow work, I'm probably going to drop down to regular tyres for planting this field and the next one over, and then we'll drop to narrows for doing all of the fertiliser, because we messed up a field already. I can leave the wides with weights on for planting as well. So I'll probably do that. But then we'll switch back to the narrows and haul out the fertiliser. But yeah, we've been at this for, what did we start? 8:30, so 2 hours we've been ploughing this place. Fortunately the one over there doesn't need it, so yay. Well, that's kind of useful. We're actually going to end up at the top end of this field, which is where I want to be in order to not drive in the crop. Out of the way, bird. Yeah. But this was set up as a challenge series. We are starting from scratch with seasons, no loans, and can we make it? So yeah, we actually started the first year with no harvester, and we had to do every contract under the sun in order to earn enough to buy our harvester. It's not a particularly expensive harvester, but it's what we could afford. So I can't do sunflowers or corn. We're really stuck with the base crops: wheat, barley, oats, canola, soybeans if I wanted to. Oh, now there's a thought. I could do soybeans on that field over there. Oops, missed a bit. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not... I have messed with the realistic fuel usage, and like you say, I'm kind of at the point is there's some things that add realism, but they can be inconsistent, so it's not worth using. It's like I'm using DEF mod on Oakfield Farm, and as soon as I've used up all the DEF that I've purchased, I'm getting rid of the mod, because it's not 100%. I have some modern tractors that aren't set up to use it, and I have and it's sort of, well, yeah, but you can just say that every time I'm putting diesel in, I'm also paying for the DEF, so it's... Oh, I have make fields already turned on, so there you go. Oh no, this is a field. Oh, let's drive to the edge and see how far. Do I have... Okay, I'm not... There we go. That's the edge of the field. Okay, so we're just ploughing up this field in order to make it arable then. If we can find the edge of it. Okay. So I need to go a little bit outside of where I am, just to make sure I've got the edge. Should have done this last year, we'd have got a lot more crop in. Okay, this area here is not field. Okay, so that's fine. Reverse through that too. Okay, that's a little bit of a anomaly at the edge of the field there, but that's fine. So, okay, so not a big deal. This is designed as a grass field. We are going to turn it into an arable field. Swing wide here. So I have a feeling this does go wider. Yeah. And how close to the path do we get? Around about there. Let's move over a bit. Oh, okay. That's fine. Close to the edge there, and make sure we get the inside bit there. So I am slowly figuring out the edge of this field. Yeah, there's a couple of patches of grass there. Did I miss those? Yes. About that bit there. Okay, that's good. Of course, I could do this on a worker since it's already actually a field. But I think we're okay with what we've got. So I'll just run straight across here. Straight across here. Keep it straight. There we go. And then we'll fill in the middle. So I might do a couple of soybean fields. This one was grass. Soybeans aren't what they used to be in 17, I must admit. So we'll try and work up maybe a couple of thousand pounds. We can probably do that with a thing, a contract or two. JWoww, good evening. Everything is going good. We we are ripping up some grass, because that's fun. And I should have done this last year, because I owned the land and I didn't use it. I don't have any grass equipment, because I don't have anything that needs the grass. We're playing seasons, so I would have to turn grass into hay or silage in order to sell it. And I just figured that's too much of a cost the farm can't really afford. Huh. You know, you shouldn't break your leg, although, oh, what is it? There's a girl in Facebook friends who I used to work with, and she does all sorts of crazy physical activities, and so there is a picture she posted earlier this week where she's got a broken leg, and I think her brother has a broken arm. So, yay, awesome. Oh, now we do have a washer, so that's good. I'm kind of thinking we're probably going to be very tight on money when it comes to buying seed, especially since we just spent all of the money we had on fertilizer. So I think the choice here is, let's do a contract. Let's see if we can do a cultivating contract after this. Yeah, it's more cultivating, but it's what the tractor's set up for, and so if local farmers need cultivating, we can do that. If they need planting or fertilising, that's going to... Well, fertilising we can do. We're not really set up for it with the wheels. Just already up to 11:30. Oh, and dance class is nearly over. But as I said, Mrs. Osa's taking Princess Osa out to buy some stuff for doing crafts with the other kids this weekend, so they will be home at probably... Why didn't that go down? A bit after 7. Four buttons, 2 rubber bands, 2. Dang, dude! You're turning into a hardware supply store. $460 is good for now. As I said, I don't know how much seed we've got in the planter, which on a farm with this much money can mean that yeah, you're planting canola. No choices, because it's the most efficient crop. Or no, well, oilseed radish is the most efficient crop, but it doesn't make you money at the end of the day. Once you get past canola, everything else starts using more and more seed to plant. Yeah. Of course, another option could be I could go potatoes, because I do have the Grimmy DLC pack. I don't have it active on this game save. However, don't think even at this farm can afford that equipment. So we'll stick with the usual crops for this farm. We know we can harvest them, and we have all the equipment we need. Why is that not... okay then. You want to play it like that, do you? Ha! Gotcha. If the grass won't go away, push the nuke the grass button. Another bit. Textures on this map are very good though. Okay, how much of this is killable? Yep, we got it all. Okay, so let's have a look. See if there are any contracts for cultivating. 93. Where is 93? I'm going blind. Oh, gee. I think I'm not going to do that because, well, 59 only pays 1,000, but a lot smaller. 59 is literally across the road. It'll take us a while, but it doesn't pay much. But I think we can get away with doing